Well, hey, welcome to Wednesday Wisdom, the day of the week where I share tools, tips, strategies, and tactics for us all to stay current and relevant on social media to generate leads, clients, customers, and sales. And today is all about your business MVP. That's right, not your most valuable player, but your minimum viable product. Have you heard of a business MVP? Do you know what a business MVP is? Well, if you've heard of it, but you don't know what it is, or if you just don't know what it is and you never heard of it, you are in the right place because that is today's Wednesday Wisdom topic. If you are not familiar with me, I am Cecelia Morris, also known as the Digital Marketing Maven, and I teach business owners how to build their brand and their business online using digital marketing strategies. And I build my empire using Facebook and Instagram ads and by showing business owners how to create highly successful and effective marketing campaigns. And now that ChatGPT and AI is on the scene, I am showing business owners and network marketers how to fast track their success by doing their market research and creating content and marketing campaigns faster than there ever was possible in the history of the world. So without further ado, let's get into it. Do you have an MVP for your business? What is your minimum viable product? So I did a little research about this because that's what I do. Because that's the type of girl I am. I don't just always talk from the cup. I got to make sure I know what I'm talking about. And most valuable player in sports is the one who you always throw the ball to, the one you know is going to come through in the clutch, the one that you know is going to make it happen in sports. That's what the most valuable player is. And it doesn't always have to be they're the highest point getter or anything. They could be the one that keeps the team encouraged. They could be the one that helps the team when they don't win realize what a good game they played. It could be a whole bunch of reasons why somebody gets the MVP award in sports. But in business, MVP is your minimal viable product. That means what is that thing that you can bring to the marketplace that is going to solve a problem for your ideal client, customer, or business partner? So I'm going to give you an example. You remember Apple when they launched the very first iPhone? I think I still may have one back in a box or a drawer somewhere in my closet. But that first iPhone was garbage, right? It was such a junk. If you still have one, or if you remember that, junk in the comments. But that very first iPhone was hooey. But we bought it, right? We all bought into the whole Apple iPhone thing. Why? Because it was the newest, most amazing thing on the market in the world of cell phones. When I got rid of my BlackBerry, the first thing I got was an iPhone. But again, it was garbage, but it was an iPhone. And I remember I was in Vegas visiting some friends, and my one of my friends, she had a Samsung. Her pictures on her Samsung looked 1,000 times better than the pictures on my Apple. But Apple didn't care. What they wanted to do was get something on the market. So what did they give us? They gave us a minimum viable product. They gave us something that was going to do most of what we want, if not everything that we wanted. And we all bought it, and we've been buying iPhones ever since. I am Cecelia Morris, and I am an iPhone user. Nonetheless, there also are the Samsung or the Android camps out there. And if you like Samsung or Android, then you are happy with that. But what I'm trying to say about all of this phone talk is they didn't wait until their phone was perfect. They just waited until their phone was good enough to introduce to the marketplace with the minimum number of problems or errors. Remember those one phones that they were like, you can't bring them on planes because they were prone to start fires? I mean, when you think about the iPhones, there's been so many variations and iterations of the iPhone and the Android to where that original phone, again, should be in somebody's Samsung or Smithsonian Museum somewhere. And that's how you need to think about your minimum viable product. Quit trying to make it perfect. Quit trying to give it all the bells and whistles. Just put something together that is going to give your ideal client, customer, or business partner a quick win in their business. And you might be a life coach or a health coach or a mindset coach. Whatever kind of person you are, whatever kind of business you have, give somebody something that they can take to the bank. I'm going to give you a brick and mortar example. There is a restaurant that opened not too far from me. It's about maybe 9 minutes away. And their whole menu, when they started, was salads and baked potatoes. You can get a loaded baked potato and you can get a full chef salad for like $15 for both of them. And when I say loaded baked potato, I mean you could get everything on there: bacon, cheese, chicken, shredded cheese, nacho cheese, jalapenos, steak, peppers, whatever you want to put on your baked potato. It was the loaded baked potato and chef salad plates. You can get just a regular salad, or you can get a chef salad with onions, tomatoes, cucumbers, eggs, and cheese. And then you can still put some meat on that, right? So that was their whole premise when they first started. Since they've been open, they've evolved their menu. They've now added brisket. They've now added buffalo chicken dip. But if they would have waited until they had the perfect menu, instead of just opening with the salad and baked potatoes, they wouldn't have got, one, customers like me, and two, they wouldn't have got suggestions from customers on things that they can add to the menu. So that's a brick and mortar example. So what is your minimum viable product? What is that thing that you can bring to the marketplace that is going to solve a problem for your ideal client, customer, business partner, but it also is not going to take you 17,000 years to produce. You want it to be something that is easy to create and easy to consume, and it's something that solves a problem. If your minimum viable product does not solve a problem, then go back to the drawing board. But again, don't think it has to be perfect, and don't feel like you have to give it all the bells and whistles before you can bring it to the marketplace. I'm going to give you another example. So I have a Chrome extension. My Chrome extension is a way for group admins to create subgroups inside of their Facebook group. I had my Chrome extension long before Facebook was doing the Add Everyone. What you can do with the Chrome extension is you can put people in subgroups inside of your main group based upon certain similar criteria. You might want to create a group of people who join in a certain month. You might want to create a group for people who have a birthday in a certain month. You might want to create a group of people for people who have already purchased something from you, or if they become a client in some way, shape, or form. But the whole thing is that when I launched this software, I just said, I want group admins to be able to create subgroups within groups. That was my minimum viable product. Since then, my Chrome extension has evolved to where now it's not just admins, but also moderators. Moderators can create subgroups within groups. And it's evolved to where it doesn't have to be just in a Facebook group that you are an admin or moderator for. Now, there are some criteria because you can't just jump into any group and start creating subgroups. But I'm just saying that to say I launched with one criteria. Let's create subgroups within groups. Let the admins be able to do it. And then since I launched, I've been able to evolve and grow on that software. And again, it's a Chrome extension. So you can go to the Chrome extension store, type in groups tag, that's groups with an S tag, and you're going to see my Chrome extension. But that's an example of coming up with the minimum viable product. Get something out into the marketplace. It's going to solve a problem, and you can evolve and transition and improve on it later. But get something out there. Do you think Steve Jobs waited until the iPhone was perfect before he launched it on the world? I say no, he did not, because as I said, the first iPhone was pure garbage, but we bought it anyway. So I'm not saying you got to put garbage out there, because the iPhone wasn't garbage. It definitely took the whole BlackBerry thing. I'm like, do you even hear BlackBerries anymore? BlackBerry? Probably not. I still have one though, because my mom, she took my BlackBerry when I got an iPhone. She couldn't do that whole slide and stuff. It was just too much. But the button thing, she was all in. But I just say that to say, again, come up with something that's going to benefit your ideal client, customer, business partner, and put it out there, and then grow it and evolve. Here's another example of a minimum viable product. When I first launched my coaching business back in 2018, I was just creating ads for me, launching my own products. In 2021, I started teaching people how to create their own highly successful and profitable Facebook ads. It was a 7-day course where we spent the first 5 days building out your ad, getting it all set up. We launched it on day 6, and then day 7 and 8, we looked at and analyzed the data. So it was a 7-day program where you got 6 days of touch points with me. At the end of the 7th day, you understood what it took to create an ad, and you also understood how to analyze the data that your ad was generating, so you would know whether you had a dog or a pony. And if you did have a dog, then you know how to go in and modify that ad so you can get it to the pony status. That was my minimum viable product. From those humble beginnings in 2021, my whole Facebook and Instagram ads training has evolved into a full-blown 8-week program with a mastermind, right? So if I would have waited until I had everything together instead of just launching my little bitty 7-day program, we might not be having this conversation. But it was because I put something out there in the marketplace that my audience wanted, that allowed me to give them something to have them get a quick win. It was 7 days, easy to consume, easy to create, and it helped me create a bigger program. What I found out by launching my minimum viable Facebook ad training program is that people didn't need just Facebook ads. What they needed is they needed to update their online social presence. They needed to know how to create an irresistible offer. They needed to know how to create an email marketing follow-up campaign. So from that little 7-day program, again, it evolved into a 2-month coaching program with a mastermind. But none of that would have been possible if I wouldn't have launched something of value in the marketplace that my ideal client, customer, or business partner wanted to get their hands on and would give them a quick win. So with that information, what is your MVP? Drop it in the comments. Or even better, if you want some help creating your MVP, drop MVP in the comments and I will send you my blueprint for the ChatGPT Irresistible Offer Starter Kit. Everything starts with an offer, right? If you don't have something to offer your ideal client, customer, business partner, then you won't be getting your ideal client, customer, business partner to come into your world and take you up on your offer. So if you need help creating irresistible offers, type MVP in the comments and I will send you my ChatGPT Irresistible Offer Starter Kit so you can create offers that your ideal client, customer, or business partner wants to get their hands on so you can start talking to people who actually want to do business with you. Drop MVP in the comments to get your hands on it. So let's talk about that. Why did I come up with the Irresistible Offer the ChatGPT Irresistible Offer Starter Pack? The reason why I came up with this is because I needed an entry point to be able to introduce my perfect target audience to my overall program, which is Magic, Mastering AI Genius in Content Marketing. If you want to add some magic marketing to your business, but maybe you don't know me, maybe you're not familiar with me, or maybe you want to try me before you buy me, well, guess what? The ChatGPT Irresistible Offer Starter Kit is a great intro to actually who I am, what I do, and how I can help you with your business. So if I can help you create an irresistible offer, the next logical step is for me to show you how to get this offer in front of the people who want to do business with you. But if you can't or aren't ready for my whole overall magic marketing program, but you know you need something to put into the marketplace, then the Irresistible Offer Starter Pack is a great intro so you can develop your irresistible offer and make sure that it's something that your audience wants, not something you want to give them, because there's a difference. Lots of times when we create our offers, we create what we think our audience wants instead of giving them what they're already consuming and putting our special spin on it. That's what the Irresistible Offer Starter Pack will help you do. Look at what's already on the marketplace and see how you can modify it and make it your own. Your vibe attracts your tribe, and there is nothing new under the sun. What has been done will be done again. What has been seen will be seen again. So you should just take what's already out there and modify it to make it yours. If you want further instructions on how to do that, of course, let's start with the ChatGPT Irresistible Offer Starter Pack. Type MVP in the comments so you can get your hands on it. Now, let me ask you something, because when it comes to the minimum viable product, the minimum is something that really nobody wants, and the viable is something that people really want to get their hands on. You got to find that sweet spot in the middle. So if my sweet spot is helping you create an irresistible offer, if I'm giving you a checklist, for example, on how to, how to identify your target audience. Maybe I give you a checklist, worksheet, or a short video on one aspect of an irresistible offer. Like if I give you a checklist on how to identify your target audience or how to create a headline, those things are not going to be very useful to you as a standalone item if you want to create a minimum viable product. Everybody knows about the ideal customer. Everybody knows about creating your target avatar. I mean, your ICA, your ICA, your ideal client avatar. That's what that is. Everybody knows what an ICA is, even though I just forgot I had a brain fart. But your ideal client avatar, there's tons and tons and tons of stuff out there on how to create or how to find out who your ideal client avatar is. How is that going to help you create an offer? Knowing who they are and knowing what they want are two different things. So if I'm going to say, hey, I'm going to help you create an offer, and here's the checklist on how to identify your target audience, that's not going to help you create an offer. Or if I'm going to say, hey, I want to help you create an offer, here's a checklist of everything you need to have in your offer. Okay, that's a great checklist, but what are you checking it off to if you don't have an offer? So that's why I decided, and then so that's the minimum, but then the maximum or the viable is teaching you how to create the offer, the content, and the marketing message to get it in the hands of your target audience. Well, that costs, right? You have to pay for that level of training and coaching. But in the middle, I can give you an easy blueprint that is the ChatGPT Irresistible Offer Starter Pack, which will get you started creating your irresistible offer. And then from that, you want my help to get it in front of the people that want to do business, who want to do business with you, then we can have a conversation. So I hope this helps you understand what a minimum viable product is and how you can easily create your own minimum viable product. Then you are well on your way to putting something out there in the marketplace that you can modify and evolve as you get feedback from your ideal client avatar. So that is today's message, my friend. You have an MVP? If so, drop your MVP in the comments. I'd love to see what that is. And if you need some help with your MVP, then drop MVP in the comments and I will give you the ChatGPT Irresistible Offer Starter Pack. That is today's message. Whatever site you're watching me on, give me some hearts, some likes. If you're seeing me on YouTube, give me subscribe and hit that bell. And make sure you follow me on all my social. I am Cecelia Faye Morris, the digital marketing maven, and I'll see you next Wednesday. Bye for now.